becoming happy. Here we go. The meeting is being live streamed. Have you been warned? Meeting is now live on YouTube. Hi, YouTube, and hi, Win-Win Women. It's so good to see everybody. I'm going to jump off of my browser. Otherwise, we're going to have some feedback. Okay, good. I caught that just in time. I'm Carrie, and this is Denise, and you're watching our show, What's the Takeaway? So what's this all about? What's the Takeaway was born from an idea that came out of a life habit that Denise and I had, which was when things were actually not going well, we decided we had to look at what was in the way and remove it, take it away. And all the people out there that are saying, I'm too busy, there's too much, that TOO word, we're going to kind of move that out of your life so that you can have the freedom and you can have the value of the life that you've always wanted. And we take different topics every week. And so we've been doing a lot about health, especially cardiometabolic health. So go back and look at some of those episodes. But more than that, we really want you to be able to start to do all of the things that we've been teaching you. And one of the things that we're finding in talking to people, Denise, which kind of shocked me, maybe it shouldn't shock me, is that there are people who are a little hesitant to jump in. Like, come on, it's time to jump in. They've actually purchased the product, they've watched the classes, they know the drill, and there's that slight hesitation that's holding them back. So we're going to get those hesitations out of the way today and bring you into all of the good stuff that comes from being on the MetaPower system. So Denise, can you run us through our 3 takeaways, please?
Yeah, absolutely. And not only do they have the product, Carrie, I want to just tag on to that, and they have what to do, they have us to kind of run things by and say, what about this? And what about that? And when do I take this? So we encourage everyone to take advantage of that and get the most out of this product for your health. So the 3 takeaways are really, we think, very appropriate for the late starters, even if they have the product. Takeaway number 1 is take away the roadblocks that this new venture may have, or you're putting it up, that you feel will make it unmanageable, right? Takeaway number 2 is you don't have to have every bit of information to start something new. So we'll go into that a little bit. And takeaway number 3 is take away those sabotaging feelings that it won't work, or it's too expensive, or it's going to be too hard, or it's just not the right time, right? So all of these, takeaway 1, 2, and 3, we'll catch back and circle around once we talk about them and see what Carrie and I have chosen to take away out of our lives.
Yeah. All right. So let's jump in. First, let's talk about the background of where this is coming from. So why did this even become a topic for us? Who are you talking to and what are they saying?
This is really interesting with me. And I think this is human nature. And I'm going to throw myself in on some other topic. You know, both Carrie and I had hit a point in our lives where we just didn't feel well. And we knew we needed to flip a switch somehow. And is it as easy as flipping a switch? No, of course not. But you have to flip that switch in your mind that says, oh, guess what? I need to shake things up because what I'm doing is just not working. And so that's what we did. But what is so intriguing to me now, so people see how we look and how we feel and how we act. They can't see how we feel, but our energy is at a much higher level than it's been in, years. And you can't, like, I can't act energetic. Sorry, I'm not.
No, that's a really hard one because you forget, because you're too tired to think about it. Just think about it. If you're so tired, I'm not, that's not what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about eating something I shouldn't eat, or I'm thinking about trying to goof off or procrastinate, or I don't know. I'm not thinking about trying to be energetic.
But even if it's not energy, even it's your train of thought. And how you can stay on focus and stay on point, as opposed to, jumping around, because that's what your brain is doing. It's fascinating. So why this came up is because we ran this really cool challenge for everyone who purchased the MetaPower system, to help them, to build a community, to give them information, to support them for 30 days as they were going through the first 30 days of using this product. And what we got out of it at the end was truly interesting. A lot of people had really good benefits from it and see the potential and will continue. But when I asked people who didn't quite start, at the same time but had the product, and I said, well, what is it? What made you not start then? And there were all kinds of, Thanksgiving was coming up. This one was my favorite.
Okay.
Thanksgiving was coming up and I didn't want it to get in the way. No, this product's not getting in the way. This product is training you and helping you to understand you don't need that second serving. You can enjoy, all of the first and get all the good tastes and maybe a bite of dessert, but you don't need 3 tastes of pies. Maybe
we want to take away all of that, right? We know the seconds and the thirds, those are things that are getting us into trouble. I don't remember who told me this, because the person that I thought told me, I quote it back to her all the time. She goes, nope, that wasn't me, but that's a good phrase. And that is, the first bite you take because you want it. The second bite you take because it was so good, right? The first bite. And the third bite you take because you have to have a last bite. So if anyone out there knows where that quote came from, I'd like to attribute it to the right person. But I always thought that was genius, right? You don't really need all of that. You don't need to be able to have seconds and thirds. You don't need, one of the things I remember learning, which it was very hard for me to employ, was wait 20 minutes. And if after 20 minutes, you still want something to eat, well, I'm sorry, after 20 minutes, everyone's gotten up from the table or they've moved on to dessert or something else. And so that rule didn't really work for me. But with MetaPower Assist, what's been amazing is that I take it 15 minutes before I eat. I eat anything that I want. I put anything that I want on the plate. But what I find is as I'm eating, I get fuller faster, and that craving dial goes way down. Yeah. And so it's not even a question of missing out on something. It's like, I just don't want it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on it.
But I think before you get started, Carrie, there is that feeling that maybe I won't be able to manage it all. So we get together for a holiday, we go on vacation, am I going to be able to take that in the morning? Am I going to be able to take that before I eat? The answer is yes, but it seems easier just to leave it at home.
Well, I would say that packet, the Advantage, should be a toothbrush habit. If you're brushing your teeth, you should be taking your Advantage. And that takes that away, right? Let's take away this idea that it takes a lot of planning, or you have to somehow sit down and analyze your whole routine and build this product into your life. You do not need to do that at all. If you brush your teeth, and I hope everyone listening brushes their teeth in the morning, you can incorporate this in because you brush your teeth and take the Advantage, or take the Advantage and brush your teeth. It doesn't matter. I'm going to give you a great example. My daughter was away for Thanksgiving, broke my heart, but she went with a lovely family that she rooms with in college, which was so sweet of them. And she didn't want to go downstairs too early because like when you don't know the rhythm of the house, right? So she actually took the Advantage straight like a pixie stick. Oh. And I said, how was it? She goes, Mom, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was a little tart at first, but she was going to get that in no matter what. So kudos to her. I was really proud of her for that.
No, that's an awesome idea. Victoria adds it to her shake. And so that's okay in the morning. So, there are ways around this for sure. But what we don't want is you to throw roadblocks in because it's easy. Right? And then I think it's always intriguing to me about how much information people want with essential oils or with a supplement that we have. And now with MetaPower. Listen, I know people don't take care of their health or put as much effort into their health or research into their health as they do their next vacation. The car they're buying. And I understand that's a big investment. I get it. But we're talking about something that's going to pay us back every minute of every day, of every week, of every year. And we don't do the same with that. So it's interesting that they'll get that information, go, okay, that's fine. But with this, they want everything. Like, I want studies, I want this. They don't even do this with prescribed medicine because I know, I see it. I'm the one who opens up that brochure that they put in with medicine. And then I look at it, and it's so scary. I put it away. Like, who could, like, you don't even want to read that. But the thing is,
Can I interject something? I have this lovely book group that I'm with, and they're all attorneys. I'm the only person who's not an attorney. And at the beginning of the book club, there was like all this chitter chatter, and they were like, TLTRs, the TLTRs. And I was like, all right, I'm going to throw up my hand and just say I'm an idiot, because they're battering back about the TLTR, the TLTR. And they're like, too long to read. I was like, hold the phone. What do you mean? And they're like, well, we write things that we don't want people to read, and we call them TLTRs, too long to read. I'm like, are you kidding? They're like, no, we're not kidding.
that's how they write.
Okay, so when you open up a drug insert, that's a TLTR. It's written specifically so that you don't read it, so that you don't ask questions. When you go to the doctor and you get that clipboard, firstly, why does it have to be a clipboard? And I know I'm getting off topic, but it's 10 pages, right? Who reads all that? Do you actually read through that and sign it? Because if you don't sign it, you figure I'm not going to get to go see my doctor. So TLTRs, crazy.
I love that. And that is, in contracts and things like that, it truly is. You can't possibly read it all in the time allotted. Otherwise, you'd be there 2 days, and then you have a dictionary, because most of those words I would not know.
Right.
So I'd have to look them up for the meaning. But it's interesting. So what we're suggesting with MetaPower is, yes, get the information, but start applying it, because that PWR, that acronym for power, means personalize, right? Wellness, realize. And so each of us are going to have a slightly different experience with it anyway. So yes, read it. Yes, use one of us. Yes, watch the videos. Yes, go through the course. But don't do that instead of starting.
Right. Take the product.
We need to start. And I think, I don't know how many times we sabotage our dreams and our plans by just throwing a monkey wrench in, right? It's too expensive. I can't do that. But we don't break it down. Like, break it down by day. Is it too expensive, really? And what's too expensive? And are we going to pay now? Or are we going to pay later? It'll be too hard. I won't be able to go get coffee with my friends. Of course you will. Of course. I won't be able to go out to dinner. You absolutely will.
Yeah. Did you know, by the way, because I just paid this bill, did you know an ambulance ride is over $1,000? Over $1,000. And after insurance pays for it, it's $224.
Yeah.
So that's not even the cost of one MetaPower kit. That's way beyond the cost of one MetaPower kit. And MetaPower covers all kinds of things. Blood pressure. It helps you with your cholesterol. It helps you balance your hormones, right? Like, we talk about the big topics like energy and mood and weight loss, but let's dig down a little bit, because when people get nervous and they go on medications, it's because of some of these metrics. It's because some of these numbers, right? We want everybody's numbers to be in good range. And that's what this product really, really does. I feel like my numbers are getting better and better. I know that they are, because I'm actually checking them.
Well, it's your point, Carrie. Those are all factors of why we feel lighter, why, and figuratively and literally, but why
Right.
we have more energy, because things are working in synergy together. And if our body is working correctly, we're gonna feel better. It feels like was a cleaning up,
Mm.
an ordering, but a cleaning up. That's what it feels like to me. Like, it just feels like, oh, yeah, those aches don't hurt as much. I don't feel that as much when I wake up. That's when you ache, when you age, right? When you wake up, because
Right.
you're in reparation all night, and it actually takes effort. Not that you're moving, but it takes effort. And so it's really intriguing to me. So what is the answer, Carrie? How do we get people to make that commitment to themselves to move forward?
I think you have to give yourself permission to, like, be better. You know, like when we know better, we do better. And we know this, there's so much research behind this product. We're not hiding it. It's all there. You could take the time to read it if you wanted, but you can see both of us have benefited from the product. You can see there's a Facebook page called MetaPower Testimonials. I encourage each and every one of you to get on that. I promise you, if you spend 5 minutes scrolling through all the success stories, and remember, this product launched really October 1st. I mean, in earnest, October 1st. We are November 29th. So we're not even into a full 90-day health cycle. And already people are saying, I'm sleeping through the night. I have more energy. My hair is growing back. My cholesterol numbers are getting better. My blood pressure is regulated. My thoughts are clear. I have more, I'm sleeping longer. I'm losing weight. I mean, that's always, you know, the big one, losing weight, but I'm losing inches, right? I'm seeing body recomposition. My skin is getting better. All of those really good things. So we have a lot of metrics to base what we're talking about on. And I think you can be very, very confident in starting with this product.
So last night we did the close of the challenge, the 30-day challenge. And
Okay.
I just want to read a few of the things. One of the women said, I truly enjoyed it. It worked for her. Her skin is firmer. She said people are commenting that she looks younger. So she's getting lots of compliments, but what she really wanted us to know is that she's sleeping so much better and wakes more, you know, alive and ready to take on her day. Another woman said she has much less pain. She said she's actually sleeping every night, which was not occurring for months and months on end. She didn't sleep.
That was me.
Right?
Amazed. Yeah.
She said that she's lost 8 to 10 pounds, which is really terrific. And that it's encouraged her actually to start walking and do Pilates.
Oh, okay.
Really getting her motivated enough. Like, I've done this, I'm going to go the next step. Another woman said that she's lost 5 to 6 pounds since she's been on it. And they're on it less than a month.
Right.
Just the 30 days, right? Or just a month. Sleeping better. She said she has so much more energy. I'm trying to think. She said that, interesting, that she feels much lighter as a person, like just lighter, like not overwhelmed, and that her joints don't hurt as much. So these were all the, you know, the kind of things. Oh, one person said it really helped with their digestion and their acid reflux.
Oh, that's great news.
I know. And one person said, I have boundless energy.
Oh, I like that, boundless energy.
Is that beautiful? So it is really cool. But, you know, as you and I were talking, we kind of understand. So that whole unmanageable thing, like you have to understand that there has to be a commitment and there has to be effort. And sometimes effort seems overwhelming or out of our comfort zone. And we can quote all kinds of things like, you know, no pain, no gain. We were talking about that earlier, right? But the thing is, there's not a lot of pain with this.
No.
And it actually keeps you on target.
In fact, people are saying to me, do I have to go on to a special diet? No. Do I have to buy food from a second party, you know, from another company? No. Do I have to take a lot of time to like put together meals? No. Do I have to stop drinking? No. Do I have to stop eating dessert? No. I mean, that's the thing that's crazy. Like, really? I'm like, yeah, you don't have to do any of that, but you may not want to eat the things that you used to eat, or you may not want to eat them in the same amounts. Like, I find more that I still try things, or I still taste things, or I still have some things. I know other people have said, no, I just don't want it anymore. So I walked away from it. That's probably still my psychology, that it's like there and I just want to bite, but I don't eat as much as I used to, for sure.
No, I agree. So when we were out at convention and I ran into one of our friends, Justin, and he looked fantastic. So I knew he was on it. And he said to me, Denise, people are giving up coffee. Nope, not happening. I'm not giving up coffee. But here's the truth. It's not that you're giving up coffee. It's that you literally if you check in with yourself, that's all you have to do is check in. You go,
Right.
you know what? I really don't want that. I really don't need it. It's a more of a tactile thing. So what can I do instead of picking up that cup of coffee? It's really interesting. And he's right. And I think to your point, you're right as well. You need to step back a little and say, I can eat anything that's on this table. Now, what do I really want to eat? Because if you limit yourself, it's that limiting that makes people pull away from something. But you're literally not hungry. I'm not hungry in between meals. I'm just
No,
not.
I'm not either.
And that didn't happen before. And so I have to believe that's a function of the blood sugar and
Yes.
how it, increases our appetite and it makes us have cravings. I'm not eating dessert anymore, which I always have my little 2 pieces of chocolate at the end of the night. If I want a piece of chocolate, I will have it.
Okay.
But I think the bigger factor for me, Carrie, and you can say whether it is for you, was combining MetaPower with just a small window of fasting. I'm not a big faster, but it's 13, 14 hours. And this has really turned everything around. It's really helped my body finish digesting and finish resting, right, when I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to honor the sleep factor. So trying to keep on a regular schedule as much as I can so that my circadian rhythm resets every night.
Yeah.
Right. Playing to my strength then. And I'm futuristic. So when I'm thinking what I'm going to be like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, this is the energy I want. This is how I want to feel.
Yeah. And you don't want to fall into the system, right? Because the system keeps you alive, but it doesn't keep you healthy. And they admit that they can only do so much. And I think we want to be, have that vitality, not just a pulse.
Yeah. Well, that's
You
it.
want more than a pulse.
Yeah. You want to be vital for sure. And
Definitely want to be vital. I'm looking at our takeaways because I really want to make sure that we've kind of covered them. And I think we have actually. I hope that we've encouraged our audience to feel more relaxed about getting started. You have the product. Just open it up today. Like open it now. Go ahead. If you're watching this now, just go ahead and open it. Don't even wait for tomorrow. And if you're, in the middle of the day and you're going to eat something, take your assist. And if you're in between meals, go ahead and open up that the soft gels or the beadlets, anything with the oil blend or the gum, and try it. Just go ahead and try it. And if it's first thing in the morning and you're watching this, then go ahead and open up that Advantage and put it in a glass of water and drink that down and brush your teeth. That's all. You don't have to wait for the first of a month or a whole big plan. This is not that kind of diet. And it's not that kind of, it's not a diet. It's a lifestyle, right? We're adding something to a lifestyle that the modern lifestyle isn't healthy. So we're actually up leveling our lifestyle, right?
it is manageable. It's really manageable. Here's what I'm thinking. How great is it going to be to start the new year in the best shape I've been in, right? Do something now.
I love this. Firstly, I love that I lost weight over Thanksgiving. That never happened. So that was kind of cool. And I did enjoy everything, the turkey, the stuffing, the whole 9 yards, the breads, the whatever. And I love that I'm not going into a yo-yo cycle of feast and famine, right? Like I'm going to feast at the holidays and then I'm going to deprive myself January and February, right? Until maybe Valentine's Day rolls around or, my birthday's in March. So I have to wait, to celebrate again till, because I'm going to work on losing weight, or it's going to be summer and now I'm going to have to work on losing weight. Why can't we just have a healthy body
Agreed.
all year round?
Agreed. 100%. You said something earlier. I wrote it down. It's the fact that we think we're going to miss out on an experience. And you mentioned like a 500 calorie hot chocolate, and that made me laugh. It really did. But the truth is, we rarely feel better right? We talked about this after drinking the 500 calorie coffee or hot chocolate or the 10 cookies or whatever, we
Right.
really feel better. But if we make the decision to have one cookie or 100 calorie drink, we always feel better afterwards. So it's just exchanging things. If you need to feel like I don't want to miss out, exchange it for a healthier choice.
Right.
That's, and there are so many.
There are. There really are.
Yeah, there really are.
So,
But if
so many good choices.
you want to have a bagel, then have it once a week, and don't have it in the morning though, but have it once a
Right.
week and enjoy it, and then go back right back to what you know to be super healthy for you.
Exactly. All right, Denise, going to ask you those questions. So number 1 was take away the roadblocks, that new ventures will be unmanageable. Number 2 is take away that you don't have enough information to start. And number 3 is take away sabotaging feelings that this won't work. It's too expensive. It's going to be too hard. It's not the right time. What's the one for you? What's the one closest to you that gets in your way?
So I'm going to say I'm still working on managing missing out. It's getting less and less,
Okay.
but I'm still like, I did check myself at Thanksgiving with all the beautiful foods and everything. And, they were all still out. Did I want a second serving? And when I checked in, it was no, I really don't. I'm full. Do I want a piece of both pies? No. Let me try the apple because my niece handmade that. So I'm going to try the apple. And did I have a small piece? Yes, of course. But I had it and I enjoyed it. So, but I still have to, in my mind, go through that little journey.
Okay.
That's it. What about you?
I think sometimes new things are unmanageable. Like, I think my life is pretty crazy right now. And like, if somebody said to me, hey, you should do this, and it was even the greatest thing in the world right now, I might take a step back or have a knee-jerk reaction that would be like, no, 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 I can't do anything more. I can't do anything more. And so I have to work on that. I have to look at every opportunity that comes in my day with an equal eye, and just looking at it. Like, looking at it doesn't hurt anything. Looking doesn't change anything, right? But looking at something can actually open yourself up to a new possibility. And certainly whatever comes my way, if it's this easy, I think those new things are going to be the first things that I'm going to go for, as opposed to the ones that seem really, really hard to manage.
Okay, and so in the last minute, what I'm going to say is that on MetaPower, everything feels less overwhelming.
Yes, that is true.
It just does. And so if you incorporate it into your life, you will have the benefits. But give it time. Give it time to work, and be open to the fact that your life is really going to change for the better.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, this is good. Hopefully we've given people some, ideas of how to move forward and really just feel more comfortable with this product. That's what we want. We want you to walk away feeling comfortable. All right,
Absolutely.
Denise, we're going to be back next week with a new episode of What's the Takeaway. Thanks for joining us. And YouTube, hey, welcome. And we're going to be doing this a lot more. We'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
I'm Carrie. This is Denise. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So I assume that if we stop recording here, it's because it still says